Welcome back to your brand new series of Afrobuzz, where after easing you in gently, it's now time to move on to the bad boy stuff. James, pull out the big guns.
All right, we have got our first VIP studio guest of the new series, who's just about to release a huge movie to UK audiences in the shape of Half of a Yellow Sun, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor and Tandy Newton, no less.
That's right, it's director Biyi Bandele.
Biyi, fantastic to have you here in the studio. Now, this big release that's happening next week, Half of a Yellow Sun here for UK audiences. Are you excited about the people seeing your work?
I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. And you know what? We are going to take a quick look at a few clips from the film.
The only authentic identity for an African is his tribe. I am a Nigerian because the white man gave me that identity.
Get out.
It meant nothing. Just stay away from my house.
I feel as if I have been dropped into something that I don't entirely understand.
You must never behave as if your life belongs to a man.
Our relationship is the most important thing to me. We have to make the right decision for us.
Looking back at that, it looks like it was an incredible film, incredible moments as well. We know you've launched recently in Australia. So looking at that as an award-winning novel, I mean, what was the pressure like? What was the responsibility?
It took 6 years to actually develop. So it was a very long period of development, and it took that long because we had to raise about 80% of the budget in Nigeria, which was unprecedented. It was something that had never been done before.
An absolute blessing it must be the profile of Chiwetel Ejiofor. Now, you know, since 12 Years a Slave, absolutely blown up in the public eye. What was it like commanding that kind of talent and the likes of Tandy Newton as well?
Yeah, I mean, the two of them were just consummate professionals. They were just pros, and it was actually the third time they played a couple in a movie, and they felt that they got it right finally the third time. But it was actually really great. Chiwetel would sometimes send me a text at 4 in the morning to do with a scene that we were shooting later that day. He'd be asking me questions. It was always he's a method actor, and so he has to completely feel it psychologically in order to it has to be completely true.
Were there any particular struggles that you faced, the fact that you did want to shoot it in Nigeria?
You know, we went to Calabar, which is in the southeast, and we shot the movie in and around the city called Calabar. And we were originally meant to shoot for 8 weeks. That got truncated to 5. So we shot the entire movie in 33 days. Wow. 33 really hectic days. Yeah, it was a logistical challenge, close to a nightmare, but it wasn't quite a nightmare. But it was really tough.
Was there any part of you that was worried about reopening scars and tensions because of the subject matter of the movie?
Well, you know, people have asked me that question many times, and my response is this is based on a book, which even in Nigeria, I mean, Nigeria had already sold over 1 million copies, and so it wasn't as if I was pulling something, you know, out of a hat that people hadn't seen before. Of course, because it's a film, it's much more immediate. You know, with a novel, you really, you know, one person reads one, you know, just by themselves.
And it's their imagination at work. When you've got a stark reality of like particular scenes there, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Nigerians are going to talk about it. They'll watch it. They will argue. They will agree to disagree. You know, but I think it's actually great to talk. I mean, that's something we haven't. The war ended in 1970, and we went through this period of national reconciliation, which essentially entailed not talking about the war.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here in the studio, Biyi, to talk about it. We look forward to the big release, which is officially the 11th of April, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yes,
excellent.
It was nationwide. I can't wait.